They first started this adventure of theirs. They're going red fishing down on the Gulf Coast of Texas. Watch this.
Hoot, I got about 4 or 5 pounds worth of shrimp here. I've been peeling for you.
Woo, Port O'Connor.
So we got fried shrimp, we got boiled shrimp. It's a little front coming through, Walter.
Yeah, and we've got a bunch of stuff coming off the Gulf. It's gonna be touch and go.
Port O'Connor brings me back to probably, I guess, early college days, early 60s, maybe late 50s.
And this on the back, that's part of a luggage tag?
Yeah, a luggage tag, that kind of a clear nylon rope-looking stuff. I just had some lying around, and I enjoy the outdoors and getting away, and that's one of my reasons for loving to fish here at Port O'Connor.
And they didn't give you credit for inventing this stuff?
Well, that's Walter's fly.
Walter's fly. Walter's fly.
Yeah.
We picked Walter Fondren, the head honcho of the CCA, the man who, along with some other gentlemen, started Save the Redfish, which turned into the Gulf Coast Conservation Association, which is now the CCA, the Coastal Conservation Association. But we decided we'd pick the man who has been fishing down here for almost 40 years. The old memories for Tommy and I are probably thinking about wading in water about a foot deep, about a calf deep, maybe with some tennis shoes or some kind of wading shoes on through a bunch of muck. Mosquitoes biting us. We spent a lot of years doing that kind of fishing.
Walter, do you have any tips for me on, if I do get a strike, on how you like setting the hook and stuff?
You know, particularly fishing out of the tower, you got to keep your rod pointed at the fish, and just keep stripping.
Just keep coming.
Setting with the rod tip
just pointed at the fish.
Yeah, just get the rod tip pointed at the fish, because if it's off to the side and you strip, and then you pick the rod tip up, then the line pulls the lure away from the fish. Okay. Well, Port O'Connor is it's a unique part of the Texas coast, and maybe pretty unique in the whole U.S. coast, because we have an area that's about, and I don't know exactly, but it's pretty close to 100 miles. It's 30 miles to the east of us is the Colorado River, and then the Lydian Ship Channel is about 60 or 70 miles to the west of us. And there's no public access to the Gulf Beach. To get out to the Gulf or the beach or to fish it, you basically have to fish with a boat, and so it's kind of a boating community.
Oh, God, right here. Big red. Several of them. God dang it.
Went right over him, didn't it?
Right over his head. I stripped it all the way up inside the lane. God. Rascal, there they are again. Just a second. I don't know if I can reach them. That went right by him.
Yeah, that's the full moon problem. Were they just laying there?
They were just laying there.
Yeah.
They were just absolutely laying there. Well, when I first looked, what I saw really was 2 fish. I thought it was 1 fish.
Yeah.
And I went, God, it's a big fish.
Yeah, that always gets your heart going.
Yeah, my heart's going right now, but they were just sitting still. And then
This is the first time I've been in a boat like this with a big tower on the front and a big tower on the back, where you really have, under the right conditions, you have great visibility. You're like a 12-foot tall whooping crane sneaking across the flats. There he is. God, dog, my line's tangled. Jeez.
I've lost him now.
Yeah, that over-the-shoulder shot.
Yeah, it's just tough. It's tough. That was a pretty good size fish.
That was a nice fish. The one I saw was smaller.
That was a pretty good fish right there.
Yeah, that was 22, 23, something like that.
Yeah.
The Real Guys are brought to you by Toyota Trucks. Unbreakable every day. by Lowe's Home Improvement Warehouse. Lowe's, improving home improvement. By Savan, soft, comfortable pants made to look good no matter what you're doing. And by Neutrogena Norwegian Formula Hand Cream. It works.
Right here, isn't that what you're talking about? Am I looking at the right spot?
Yeah, there, you see Munis?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a school of fish there.
Yes, it is. It's a school of redfish. What I'll try to do is make a fairly long cast, I hope, so I don't... Yeah, I see him now. It's a big school. It's a big
look
school.
at him moving there.
It's a big school. God, there's a bunch of them in there.
Yeah, there's a school of them there. Nice fish, too.
Now, I don't know if I'm throwing a little early
A
or...
little left. Left.
Ooh.
All right, strip. That's not even fair.
The best shot I had was about a big ball of probably 15 or 20 redfish, and they were big. I'd say 6 to 9 pounds, big redfish. And I was going to try to throw to the edge, try to land in the edge. I didn't want to land in the middle of them, but I got sort of excited. Anyway, my fly landed right in the middle of all these fish. Nothing spooked. It was a little popper, and I just twisted a couple times, and I mean, boom, boom. 2 fish hit it just like that.
Ooh, that's a big school, and those are some big fish in there, too.
Well,
Here, okay, just a second. Yeah, they were everywhere. They swirled at it hard. I tried to throw about 10 feet shorter than that. I just didn't do it.
Redfish blew up and sort of they just disappeared. We never saw them again.
well, of course, the fishing today, and we had a very high tide, which scatters the fish out. It takes a lot of areas that we normally see fish in. The water gets 2 feet deep, and I'm not sure that you don't see the fish as well, or they're really not there. That area that we fished in today can be excellent. It's got passes that go through into the main pass, access to the Gulf. There's a lot of fish traffic that goes through there, particularly this time of year. You probably have a good chance of seeing larger fish, and although we saw mostly small fish, which surprised me, because if the large fish are migrating out of the bays now to go out to the Gulf to spawn. You got him.
There he is. There he is. There he is, finally, huh?
Most important fish of the day.
Yeah, I know it. Okay, just a second. I'm trying to get him. Other side. The other way. Fish won't turn.
That's the fun part of this, really, is seeing all that go on and see if your nerves are steady enough to strip the fly when his mouth opens up, not to yank it away, but see the fly sort of disappear, and then just continue to strip and not raise your rod tip up too fast.
Open up.
Yeah. Not just a giant, but
No, that's all right.
it's always nice to get that first one.
We just changed flies. You know, as soon as he saw it, his mouth opened up and he was on it pretty quick. He's not very big, but that's okay.
You have 8 pound?
This is 8 or might even be 10.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get him up. Oh, thank goodness. You know what I may do just for fun is whip this deal out of my pocket. I got a little camera here and shoot a quick picture of you holding him up.
It's a skill trip. You're not chunking in a big pyramid sinker with some dead shrimp on the bottom of it. You're seeing the redfish. You're trying to make a good cast. It's just fun.
Real quick and then let him go right over here.
It's bigger than I thought he was. 23?
23, it's a start. Oh, thank goodness. We're fighting extreme pressure, and we'll just let him slip right back in over here. Whew. Thank you, Walter.
I think you don't have to worry about it.
There's a front coming down here. There's all these rain showers are coming through.
And some point in time, I guess we're going to have to try to figure out when to turn up the motor and go, huh?
Everywhere we looked, there was rain, big clouds.
You think we ought to crank it up? Just so we don't get hammered?
We gotta beat the end of that line right there.
This is tough. What people don't understand is the logistics of trying to do a fishing show.
Yeah.
When you got a 30 or 40 mile an hour wind and you're not a good caster, which I am not a good caster, let me go see what we can come up with
I'm
here.
telling you, when this stuff gets like this, it's a little kind of a high mountain to climb, isn't it?
All right.
And
You
we
have to
just
cross your fingers and hope you hit it right. All the people that do these shows, they know how tough it is.
that's right.
One thing you can do if you want is throw low like this. Okay, that wasn't too good. I caught a little gust, a 40 mile an hour gust. Look at this. Look at that line right there. That's probably 60 feet, and that's with the wind straight behind me. Let me pick up and throw a few more. The hard part about shooting a fishing show is you have no control over the weather, and we've got no control. At least we can have some fun. Thank you very much.
Round two. One reason that Ken and I want to do this show down here with Walter was to show that how much fun and how challenging it really is to fly fish, sight casting for redfish on the Texas coast. It's almost identical to bone fishing in the Bahamas or at Key West or wherever it may be. It's the same sort of principles where you're either up high or up on the front of the boat, and the fly rod is your weapon, and you're sight casting to a particular fish or fish. Okay.
I'm just gonna put him right
Just
in the
say
sun.
when, Walter. He's coming toward us.
Closer. Okay. You gotta remember we're moving as fast as.
Well, was that a bad cast?
No, the cast wasn't bad, but you were just stripping the same speed as the boat. You gotta outstrip the boat.
Outstrip the boat, yeah.
You gotta make the lure move.
Yeah. God.
It was just laying there and he couldn't,
Wait, here's another one.
there's another one.
Ken?
Go back to him. Come in. Yeah, don't even mess with him anymore.
What could I have done different? Anything?
Nothing. They're just not aggressive.
Dadgummit. Oh, man. Came out of the water. But that's the right idea, though, Walter, right? Try to...
But he got spooked and
Yep.
he never even opened up his mouth. You can see him flare those gill plates. from
Yep.
there.
I had no idea that the back lakes at Port O'Connor held the fish that we saw. I'm talking about just redfish and bait fish. We saw mullet, we saw piggies, we saw crabs, we saw hundreds of bait fish. And we saw, I mean, dozens of really big redfish.
Right there to your right, close.
Nope. Yeah, 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 yep. Yeah, he's...
There's another.
Where?
Well, I thought I saw one right in that mud. There's one.
Yeah. Okay.
Look at him chasing
okay.
bait.
Yeah, yeah,
Just cast out in the
yeah.
middle there.
Yeah.
I enjoy the outdoors and getting away, and that's one of my reasons for loving to fish here at Port O'Connor, because even though as crowded as it's getting on weekends, you still can, during the week, kind of mostly get away from the maddening crowd.
Okay.
Again. Oops.
I was still a little sharp, but
Yeah.
God, he's turning.
I'm afraid that last one was gonna spook you.
The Real Guys have been brought to you by Lowe's, Home Improvement Warehouse. Lowe's, improving home improvement. By Toyota Trucks, unbreakable every day. And by ComSys, we put information technology to work.
Yeah.
Love seeing when they're back out of the water.
He's getting a sunburn.
A lot of the people that ended up in our, which was at that time called Gulf Coast Conservation Association, now the Coastal Conservation Association, but a lot of those people fished at Port O'Connor and were friends and had seen a steady decline in populations. And it basically went from, why don't they do something about it, to us understanding who they was. They is going to have to be us. And you know, from a very small beginning and a few people getting together and then starting to network and get other people involved, it's grown to where we have 65,000 members all through the Gulf Coast and Atlantic Coast states now.
And we couldn't get up to him in the boat because it was too shallow. So I went ahead and said, look, this makes good TV. Let's go ahead and try something. So I rolled my pant legs up with my blue jeans, took my shoes off, and went over there like I did in the Bahamas, toward that redfish. And I'm telling you, I made some good casts. I was on my knees, I was squatting, I did everything I could.
Really a torpedo going out there.
And guess what happened? Tommy's 0 for 2 when I'm creeping up on those fish. He just wouldn't take it. He would not take it. Oh, man. Well, it's worth a try.
Got to.
This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of Go Network. Go.com.